Hello, welcome back to the channel. I am here today with Mark. It is Sunday the 19th of July. He is doing all sorts of jobs. He's been trimming weeds and tidying up the place, and now he's putting together bits of spare timber to create the sides of raised beds. And I have got a few things I want to do. I'm sure there's going to be something involving courgettes and harvesting. I've got a couple of marrows to harvest as well before they get much bigger. And I'm going to take down the broad beans today. I'm going to weed some of the beds that I said I was weeding in last week's video that I never actually did. And if I've got some seeds left, I'm going to resow some carrots and spring onions, because someone has been digging in the carrot bed and has disturbed a lot of my seedlings. So I'm going to resow some of those. And I'm just going to have a general tidy up, to be honest. Because there's a lot of that to do. So, no time like the present. So, with the broad beans, I'm going to need this bed in a few weeks, but I don't need it just now. So, instead of pulling the plants out, I'm just going to cut them off at ground level, and I'm going to leave the roots in the ground to rot down, because they are nitrogen fixing plants and there will be nitrogen on those roots, and that will rot down into the soil and feed the soil. I am going to give this bed a good weed, but I'll do that once I've cut everything down and I can see what the soil is like. I will be having brassicas in this bed over winter. So this is a job I've been looking forward to. I forgot to bring an envelope, so I've got an old empty seed packet. But these poppies are ready for harvesting. So I'm just going to cut the seed head off. Wow. Oh my goodness me. It's amazing how many you get. Now, I've had a few requests for some seeds, and I want to make sure that I get the right ones. So I've just been looking back on my old videos, because I've had some requests specifically for the red ones. Now there was one pale purple one here, but it was right at the front. And these will go in the compost bin, what's left. So, once I've harvested enough, the rest will go in the compost bin and will be spread around the plot again, no doubt. They're not all ready, but we don't need them all. And Mark's tidied up behind here, so I can walk behind here now, which is nice. I reckon we've got several million seeds in there. Should be enough. And unfortunately, somebody has been crawling around in this bed, so most of my carrots and spring onions have been destroyed. My dad had put the net on and Mark's just secured it a bit more. So, yeah, shame, but we'll see if any poke back through, and we'll just resow at some point in the week, if not. So that's the new bed made. We're not filling it yet, obviously, because the beans are in there. But once the beans are done, I was going to take the beans out, but they've picked up a bit now. So yeah, once they are done, we'll start to fill that. It's going to take a lot to fill it though, isn't it? And here he's just been looking at the timber that we've got and what we've got to be able to use. So he's going to take, if I show you, when he does it, he'll remove the end here. So this will sit where it is now. And then he'll take that down so that it joins and it goes down here. Similar width to that bed over there. And then we'll fill that. We're going to need a lot of compost, Mark. I wish you could see his face. Right, so it's been a productive day. Mark has weeded both the brick beds. He's done the big one with the lemon balm and the pumpkins in, mostly, but it is quite difficult to do that one. We really need to get in and dig it and get the roots out, unfortunately. Excuse me. I have gone through and taken the worst of the weeds out of the bigger metal raised beds, where the squash are and the beans, and the summer squash and the beans. And I have watered everywhere. I have taken the broad beans out. I've saved some poppy seeds. And it's amazing when you come with a list. You've got 2 hours, you come with a list, and you realise just how long everything takes to do. So yes, I'm going to go around and harvest because there's more courgettes, and I think I'm going to take one of the marrows. And I will probably make some soup tonight. I did try the Canadian wonder beans. They were really nice. I took a few different sizes, and the very small ones were really nice. But as soon as the bean starts to form, they get very tough. So the rest of them will just be left because I have lots of other dwarf beans and the climbing beans. So I won't need to take the Canadian wonders as bean pods. But I do love a dual purpose veg. I would like to grow more onions that can be grown as spring onions or left to bulb up, like long red Florence. That's a good one. I grew that last year. And yeah, beans that can be used for the pod or the bean, like czar beans. I didn't grow any czar beans this year, but I would like to do more like that next year. Hi, so it's Wednesday evening, just after 6 p.m, and I have come up just to water and have a little look around and harvest courgettes, which I'm going to do in a minute. But there's a few things that seem to have really come on in the last few days. It's amazing. I haven't been, Sunday I came and haven't been since then. It's Wednesday, and yeah, the leeks have put on so much growth. They're looking much better. I've got loads of courgettes, which I'll show you in a second. And some of the tomatoes have started to ripen now, which is exciting. I've been getting a few little cherries. The honeycomb ones have been ripening really quite fast. But yeah, things are looking good. The Gowrie Swedes have made massive progress in the last few days. They are looking, you could definitely harvest some, but the great thing about Gowrie is that they don't get woody when you leave them in the ground. So, and I've planted quite a few, so I'll sort of harvest them soon, and well, one at a time, now and again, whenever I need to. And my mum really liked them, so I'll be harvesting them for my parents. So yeah, and the kale's come on loads as well, and yeah, I'm just very happy. And some of the onions, but I'm going to go show you. Yeah, so I weeded the leeks last week, except the nasturtiums, kept those in, and they've come on loads since then. Really, really happy. Both beans are looking good. Not got any just yet. The flowers will be more likely to set in this weather because it's still mild and warm, but it is not as warm as it has been. And the beans are looking healthier. They're looking far more green. Yes, I think my plan to grow beans here is slightly flawed in the fact that we get a lot of bindweed through that wall and around that area, and it's a little bit tricky at times. I mean, it's not difficult. I mean, you can tell, I can tell the difference between bindweed and beans, but they are very similar and they can hide. Yeah, also in this bed, loads of calendula seedlings. So my plan tonight, just before I go, is to just weed this bed again. Look at the zinnias. Is there much point? I mean, they've got flower buds on, but anyway, my plan is to get some of those calendula out and put them in here into this, because look at it. It looks shocking, doesn't it? Looks shocking. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to get back to my watering, but yes, I just wanted to show. So we've had a lot of, you know, damage to these, but I don't know if you can see, but they're growing really well. You probably can't see through there. Yeah, and the onions. Some are doing better than others, but the red ones are a bit slower. They might be a bit smaller as well, which is fine. Yeah. Peas are flowering now. Never did support them, so looks like they're just going to be a bit of chaos. Let's get the watering done so we can harvest all the million courgettes. Right, so look at the polytunnel. Things are starting to ripen quite a bit now, even this. Look at the size of that. Let me just hold it for perspective. There you go. It's a beastie. And cucumbers that still have not been supported. Sorry, I'm a bit wobbly. I have just walked out the polytunnel, twisted my ankle and fallen flat on the floor. So I've grazed both my knees. I'm all right. I'm fine. But it's a bit wobbly now. Anyway, I'll be fine. Got some cucumbers. Look at the size of these. I really need to get these up, to be honest, because it's just going to be slug fodder, especially as I've just watered it all. So anyway, yes, it's looking all right. And yeah, these ones are the Gardener's Delight. They're doing quite well now. Fingers crossed. And this is chocolate cherry. Oh, it feels ripe actually. Doesn't look the ripest. Looks a bit weird actually. Oh, I cut myself off halfway through there. That's what it looks like. I've got to show you the purple corner and purple and yellow corner again. Looks so nice. Oh, look at my rose. It's collapsed with the weight. It's almost like there should be a trellis here that somebody should tie things up to. Lindsay. Anyway, let's go harvest some courgettes before I fall on my face again. Right, I'm going to go home now because I've just tripped and fallen again. I don't know what's going on with me tonight. Just keep going over on my ankle. Anyway, I have just watered my compost bins as well because we've had no rain, and obviously the water's going to help the composting, but around the world there's been a lot of wildfires, as I'm sure you're all aware, and the last thing you want is anything happening like that with your compost bins. They are a bit of a fire risk in very hot, dry weather, so do give them a bit of a water now and again. Right, I'm happy. Look at this. So lovely. So lovely. So I think actually just before I do go, I'm going to just deadhead some calendula, because it could be a few days before I get back again. Then we'll have some nice new flowers to see when we get back. I don't want to alarm anyone, but Phil appears to be missing, and I think that duck looks suspicious. So thanks for being with us today. If you've enjoyed today's video, I would love it if you would consider sticking around and hit that subscribe button. You can hit the bell button to be notified the next time I upload. Liking and commenting is always very greatly received. And if you're feeling really generous, maybe a little cheeky hype would be lovely. Thanks very much for being with me. Have a lovely gardening week. See you next time. Bye for now.